Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is part 2 of my big makeup haul. If you didn't see my last video, it was part 1, which was like all of these Sephora products. So this video is going to be all of the drugstore makeup that I bought. Once we get into the haul, you will see that the clip changes into a whole different outfit and everything. Originally, I was just going to make it one video. However, I ended up having a lot more footage than I thought, and the video would have just been too long, as to why I decided to split it into 2 parts. So I obviously didn't have an intro ready for this video because when I was filming it I wasn't planning on doing 2 parts, so just wanted to come in here and explain that. I also have some really exciting news. I just recently got a job at Sephora, which I'm so excited about. I have been wanting to work there for a long time, like years. So I'm very excited about that. I haven't yet started, but I am thinking of doing a video on my whole kind of experience in the interview process and stuff like that, because obviously once I found out I had an interview, the first thing I did was watch, videos and look at websites to figure out like what kind of interview questions they would ask, just so I knew that what to expect going into it. And I do feel like my process and the questions I was asked was very different from any of the videos I've seen. They were all questions that I hadn't heard anybody else talk about, so I'm thinking of doing a video about that. Let me know if you guys are interested. I also have bought a bit more makeup since I filmed this video, so I did want to show you guys because there's a lot in here that I'm really excited about. So I'll quickly go over that. I've been recently hitting up Marshalls and I found some really great products and deals there that I wanted to show you guys. The first thing that I got is the Smashbox Spotlight palette. This is in Pearl. If I'm not mistaken, I think this was originally a collab with Casey Holmes. However, this doesn't have the collab packaging. But yeah, I found it at Marshall's for $19.99, and this does retail for $40 on Sephora's website, so pretty good deal. Those are the 3 highlighters there. There's just a quick swatch for you guys. So far really liking that. Found a lot of Marc Jacobs stuff. So the first thing that I picked up is the Marc Jacobs New Nudes Sheer Gel Lipstick in the shade Role Play. This is the packaging of it. And then I will give you a swatch. It is like it says, it is a sheer formula, but I really like it. Very pretty color, and I think this will be a really good just kind of like everyday lipstick. Really easy if I just put on like a lip liner, put this over top. So I got it for $12.99 and it retails for $39 at Sephora, so that's a pretty good deal. And then I picked up 2 of the Marc Jacobs Lamarque liquid lip creams. I'm actually wearing one of them today. So the shade that I'm wearing is Truth or Bare. This is the packaging of it. I just really like the formula. Very, very creamy and very comfortable. And then I found this one in Fawn Over Me, which is a more like nude shade. So of course I had to get it. I would say this is more of a little bit more of a peachy nude, but that's it right there. I found these both at Marshall's for $12.99, and these also retail for, I think it was either $38 or $39 on Sephora's website. So once again, really good deal. The next thing I picked up, I was so excited when I saw this. This is the Marc Jacobs Instamark Light Filtering Contour Palette. You guys, like, I've had this on my wish list. I remember way back, like I wanted to get it so bad, but it's so expensive, so I never did. And to see it at Marshall's for the price it was is like insane. I don't know if I said, but I got it in the shade Dream Filter. So this is the packaging, just a nice black compact, and then when you open it up, that is the product inside. So you get a highlight shade and a contour shade. Formula is so soft and just velvety, and I got it for $24.99, and this retails for $61 at Sephora. So really good deal. And the last thing I picked up at Marshall's, which was definitely the best deal that I found, I never know how to actually pronounce the name, Ole Henriksen Sheer Transformation Perfecting Moisturizer. I might have butchered that name, I'm sorry. But yeah, this is the box. It's a little bit beat up. I've tried this moisturizer in the past. It is definitely good, and I know my skin likes it, but it's expensive. So this is what the jar looks like, and this is the 3 ounce, yes, 3 ounce jar. I got this for $24.99. This retails for $83 at Sephora. You guys, that is such a deal. Like, I could have literally bought a whole other high-end like makeup product with the amount of money that I saved getting this at Marshall. Definitely not needing a new moisturizer right now because I just bought one, but I couldn't pass up the deal because it's crazy. So yeah, I picked that up as well. That's everything that I picked up at Marshall's, and now I have some more drugstore stuff I recently picked up. So the first thing that I picked up is the BH Cosmetics Blushing and Bali palette. I actually found this at Urban Outfitters. They sell like a very select amount of BH Cosmetics products. I was so excited to see this here because I've heard nothing but good things about it recently, and I know that BH Cosmetics highlights are so good. I have their like full 6-pan highlighting palette and it's amazing. This was around $20 and this is the packaging. I'm gonna be honest, I solely bought it for this one highlight shade because it is crazy. You get 3 different blushes, 3 different highlights. The only highlight I can use on my skin is this one, and then I do use these 2 blushes. This one's a little bit dark for me, but I need to swatch this highlight for you guys because it is absolutely crazy. Do you guys see that? If you like blinding highlights, you guys, you have to pick this up. Like, the formula, it is so intense and blinding and metallic, but it looks beautiful on the skin. It doesn't emphasize texture. It doesn't sit weirdly. Like, it just really blends in and it looks beautiful. So I highly recommend this palette. So I have some more lip products here. The first thing I picked up is the Essence Soft Contouring Lip Liner in Lost in Love. I don't have many lip liners, especially like really nude ones. So I was like, okay, I gotta get one. I wouldn't say this is like nude. It's more like a pink. It's right there. But I don't really have a lip liner that's like this tone, so I haven't tried it yet because I literally just picked it up today, so we'll see how that goes. And I also picked up one of the Essence Color Boost Matte About Matte liquid lipsticks. This is in the shade 02 I Love You Me Neither. That's a weird name, but okay. I don't like the applicator on it. It's just weird for applying like lipstick. That's the color right there. Ignore my missing fingernail. Like, I literally have had these on for a week and I already lost a nail. Not happy about it. But anyways, I don't know if I love the formula. It's very thin and I feel like it can go on a little bit streaky. You end up having to apply like 2, sometimes even 3 layers, and it's a little bit drying. So not sure if I love this, but like I really haven't given it a try yet because I did just buy this today as well. So I will have to actually give it like a wear test and see how I like it throughout the day and stuff. But I do really like the color, and this was pretty inexpensive. I then picked up the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. I've never tried these before, but I definitely wanted to give it a shot, and this is in the shade Stockholm. It's that second one there. I like the formula of this. It goes on kind of like a more moussey texture, but it looks matte and it looks just really nice and it feels comfortable, so I like this. The last one that I have is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink, and this is in the shade 05 Loyalist. This is my perfect nude color, like absolutely perfect. So yeah, that's it right there, the third one. I'm obsessed. And then I got a couple more things from NYX. So I bought the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Powder Foundation. I did get it in the shade Light Ivory, which looks like on the packaging, it looks like it'd match me perfectly, but like the actual pan is way darker. I'll put it next to the box. It is way darker than the box, which is really annoying because they didn't even have like testers out to like see the color for this one. And yeah, so this is way too dark. I'm definitely gonna have to take this back for a different shade. So I have not yet tried that, but swatching it, it looks pretty promising, so we'll see. And then I bought 2 items from, I think this is a new collection from NYX. It's the Bear With Me collection, if I'm not mistaken. So I got their Prime Set Refresh Multitasking Spray. I've been super into setting sprays recently, like these kind of sprays, and I've been trying a bunch of drugstore ones, so I thought I would give this a go, and as you can tell, I've been really liking this. It does a lot. It says that it primes, it sets makeup, it refreshes, it finishes, and it hydrates. I just need to spray my face real quick. It has a light, like, spa scent to it, if that makes sense. Like, it, when I smell it, I just feel like I'm getting, like, some kind of spa treatment. But it feels so good on the skin. And I like the, what do you call this? Spritzer? Sprayer? Nozzle? I don't know. I like the way that it sprays though. I really like this product right now. And I also picked up the Bear With Me Hydrating Jelly Primer. This totally intrigued me as soon as I heard that it was a jelly primer. I was like, that's interesting. So it says it extends the wear of makeup, blurs the appearance of pores, non-sticky, lightweight feel, skin feels refreshed, blends seamlessly. It's infused with aloe and cucumber. This lightweight, bouncy, water-based jelly primer moisturizes and preps your complexion for a fresh start. I don't think you guys will be able to tell like at all what this looks like. It's a literal clear gel. It's so interesting though, because like you can literally stick your finger in here and make dents, and then the next time you pull it out, it's just completely smoothed over. I do have dry skin, so anything that's going to help hydrate and give me hydration, I'm all about. I like this. I would recommend it, and I've been using it a lot recently. So that's all of the stuff that I just recently picked up that I wanted to throw in here. So now we're just going to jump into the video, and I will show you guys everything else that I picked up. So I made a purchase on e.l.f.'s website, and I'll show you guys what I got there. So I was making a purchase for one specific product. But they had a deal that like if you spent $25 you got free shipping and a free gift. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. So the free gift was this California Baked eyeshadow palette, which I swatched it. Not the greatest, so thank God it was free. I did also purchase some of the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Wear Concealer. So I did actually originally purchase one of these at Walmart, and then I really liked it, and I needed to spend like a couple extra bucks to hit the $25 like promo thing. So I bought a backup one because I have been really liking this concealer. I think this concealer is only like $5 or $6, and it's so good. And then I picked up one of the primer infused blushes, and this is in the shade Always Rosy. It's a really pretty color. I like the formula. It wears well. It looks good on the skin. And I also picked up one of the metallic flare highlighters. This is in the shade White Gold. Unfortunately, I don't love this. I just don't love the formula of it. So that's it swatched right there. It can go on really light, or you can like build it up and it gets more metallic. I just don't love the formula because it looks a little bit powdery and kind of like dry on my skin, and I just don't love the way it sits on my skin. I also picked up the e.l.f. Dewy Setting Mist. This is the packaging of it. It smells like coconuts. I absolutely love the smell of it. The sprayer on it is a little bit intense, but I like this so far. I would say it definitely helps my skin not look so like powdery when I use this, but yeah, I like it. I actually use it today to kind of like add a little bit more glow to my skin. So I've been really liking this. And the last thing I got, which has been like raved about, it is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Jeffree Star compared this to the Tatcha one, which I can't remember. I think it's called the Silk Canvas primer. He said it was like a dupe for it, so it has been like sold out ever since. So I finally managed to get my hands on it. It's definitely more of a hydrating feeling. Like it doesn't feel like you're mattifying like silicone kind of feeling. It definitely feels more hydrating, which is definitely nice for my skin. And it does a really good job of filling in the pores and just making everything look really smooth and seamless. And yeah, it was only like $8, so I think it's a really good drugstore primer. Okay, so next I have this bag here full of just drugstore makeup that I've picked up. I think mostly at Walmart is where I've gotten all of these. I also picked up some more of the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. This was a 2-pack, but I have already used one because I definitely needed to. The one I had was just getting really old and needed to be replaced. So picked up some more of these. These are one of my favorite sponges. This one and the Morphe one are probably my favorite ones. So yeah, I love these. I picked up some more lashes. These are the Ardell Wispies. I normally get the, like, what are they called? I think they're just called like the Ardell Wispies, but these are actually in number 113. And I am wearing them today. So what I do with these, I buy the 5-pack and I take 2 pairs of them and I layer them together, because then that gives me like the volume that I'm looking for. because I like my lashes to definitely have a lot more volume. I would say these are just a slightly more longer version of the classic Ardell Wispies, which I kind of like because I like long lashes. So far I'm really liking these. This is the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. I actually got 2 of them. Carson's parents were actually recently in Arizona, so I asked them to pick me up some more of this powder because I can't get it at Walmart here in Canada. So they bought me 2 backups. These are in the shade Naturally Neutral. This is just a really, really good, like, cheap loose powder. I love it just as much as some of my high-end ones, and like you get so much product in these. As long as you can kind of get past the fragrance in it, it's very intense. I also picked up this CoverGirl True Blend powder in the shade Translucent Fair. I just got this to keep in my purse because the powder that I was keeping in my purse was like 3 shades too dark for me, so whenever I would use it for like touch-ups, like there would just be a really noticeable like dark spot on my skin, so I needed to get something lighter. So yeah, I went with this one. The formula seems really nice on it. I just like basically use this for touch-up, so I don't really have much to say about it. The next thing I have here, this is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer. This is in the shade C1. I really like this concealer actually. I think it's really good. It's not like as full coverage as like my e.l.f. one or like Tarte Shade Tape. It's just a really good lightweight formula that gives really good coverage and a good everyday concealer. So yeah, I really like this, and I'm definitely curious to try out their foundation next. I also purchased the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. I've watched a lot of like makeup collections or like declutter videos, and everybody that had this foundation said that it was like their new favorite. It was so good, so I had to try it out. I haven't tried a drugstore foundation in like probably years. So yeah, I really love this foundation. It's so good. It's medium to full coverage. Like you can definitely build it up to get it to like really full coverage, but it just looks so good on the skin and it wears really well. And yeah, I love it. I've been using it every single day. I also picked up a new Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I haven't gotten a new one since they like first came out, where they only had like the 2 shades. So I needed to get a darker shade now that they had them. So I actually picked the one in Deep Bronzer. But it wasn't until like a couple weeks after that I had been using it that I realized somebody put the wrong bronzer in the wrong packaging, and this is actually in this shade Sunkissed. The formula is so good. It smells absolutely delicious, and it just looks really good on the skin. It's a little bit on the warmer side for me, and because it is so pigmented, I do have to be careful with it, or I can go a little bit heavy. But yeah, I absolutely love this bronzer. I also picked up the Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzer. This is in the shade Sunset Striptease. To be honest, I don't love this. This is not a matte bronzer. It definitely has a little bit more of a glow to it. I just don't love the formula. It's just not a deep enough bronzer for me. And then I also picked up the Wet n Wild Color contouring palette. This is in the shade Dulce de Leche. Dulce de Leche. Am I saying that right? I don't know. But I think this is considered the lighter of the 2. The other one had like a very yellow like highlighting shade. This one's still a little bit yellow, but not as yellow. I don't know how I feel about this yet. The highlighting shade's a little bit too yellow for my skin tone. I definitely can't set my under eyes with this. I can like kind of use this afterwards, but because it's a little bit dark, it's not really brightening. And the contour, I think it's a little bit too warm for me and what I like in a contour. So I think I'm going to use this a few more times and we'll see. But I don't know if I love the colors in here. I do think the formula is really good. I just don't think the colors work for my skin. And then I also picked up the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Coconut 3-in-1 Primer Water. Honestly, I love this just because it smells so good. I don't know necessarily if this like really helps as a primer or anything, but I have used this like as a finishing spray to like kind of just melt everything in, and it works really well for that, and it looks good, and it just smells amazing, and it feels really good on the skin, and it's also pretty inexpensive. And the last thing I have in that bag is the Wet n Wild loose highlighting powder, and this is in the shade I'm So Lit. This is such a good, oh my goodness, ooh, yeah, there's no stopper in here, so it just kind of gets everywhere. Look at that. Oh my goodness. This is bomb. Like, it is so good. It's so finely milled, and it just looks stunning on the skin. So I so recommend you go out and buy this highlighter. Like, it is stunning. You're missing out. I have one more bag of stuff here. This is all stuff that I bought at Shoppers Drug Mart. I did get a new Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is in the shade Fair Light. With the Maybelline Fit Me powders, I have to use 2 different shades for my face. This is what I use to set like my entire face, but I love this powder. Such a good drugstore loose powder. This is the dupe to the Stila Glitter and Glow eyeshadow that I was talking about, and it's from Milani. This is their Hypnotic Lights Holographic Eye Topper. This is in the shade Luster Light. I have to show you guys like a side by side of the two because they are honestly like complete dupes. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell on camera, but in person, they are 100% identical. Like, I wore the Stila on one eye and then the Milani on the other eye, and I actually wore it out, like, in public because they were that identical that, like, nobody would be able to tell the difference. I also bought a couple things from Essence. I bought 2 of their Melted Chrome eyeshadows. So I have this one in the shade Zinc About You. I'm actually wearing this on my eyes today. This one is in the shade Ironic. These are so beautiful. I'll swatch this one for you. They are so intense and metallic. I think these were only like $5 or $6 as well. Like, look at that. That's so good. And they wear really, really well, and they look so good on the eyes. Like I said, I am wearing this one on my eyes today. And I did also buy one of their Metal Shock eyeshadows. So these are like their liquid eyeshadows. I heard that these were comparable to the Stila one, so I thought I would try these out. So I got this in the shade Stars and Stories, which that's it right there. And it's actually identical to this Essence shadow in Zinc About You. Both of the formulas I think are really, really good and very pretty. And then I bought a lot of stuff from Pixi recently. First, I have the Pixi Shea Butter Lip Balm in Pixi Pink. This was actually a free gift. Not really sure why, but, you know, it's free and I'll take it. It's a nice formula, but it's a little bit too pink for me. And I also got the Pixi Glow Mist. As you can tell, I have been using this. I've heard really good things about this, like, and I've never gotten around to actually trying it. So, you know, I finally have. I like it. I don't feel like it's as intense of a glow as I was expecting. You know, when I hear people talk about this, I feel like it's almost going to make me look like I have like a highlighter all over my face, but like in the best way possible. And I don't feel like it's that intense, but I feel like it does make a slight difference. I don't know if I would repurchase this, especially because I think the e.l.f. one does the same thing, but I'm still gonna test the 2 out and like compare them and stuff. So yeah, I got that. I have the Glow Tonic Cleansing Gel. I ran out of my cleanser and I kind of wanted to try something new, and then I had bought the Glow Mud cleanser because I had heard someone talk about this saying it was really, really good. So I've been like comparing the 2, and I do think I like this one more. This is an exfoliating cleanser. This is a deep purifying cleanser. And I find that this one leaves my skin feeling more hydrated and just soft compared to this one. This one's a little bit stripping on my skin. I think they're both good, but I am going to be keeping this one. And then I also bought the Glow Tonic Toner. I did just get a mini because I have tried this in the past, and I don't know if I was really in love with it. So, but I like wanted to add a toner back into my routine, and since I'm using a lot of Pixi skincare products, I thought I would give this another go. I've only been using this for a week now at this point. I don't know really anything about making my skin kind of like look any different. It's just more to make sure that I get all of my makeup off in case the cleanser doesn't do that. And then the last thing I got is the Overnight Glow Serum, and I definitely think this is the product that is making the biggest difference in my skin. I have suffered with like skin texture for like all my life, and I have tried so many different products for it, from like really cheap to really expensive. I saw this and I was like, you know what, I'll give it a go, and I feel like my skin has looked the best it ever has. Especially where I've noticed the most is like where I apply my highlight, and I feel like since I've started using this, my highlight has looked so much smoother. I definitely feel like this has been making a difference in my skin, so I've been loving this. This is the Pink Sugar fragrance. It comes in this little tube. This is the mini one, like the 1 fluid ounce. I have walked by this perfume so many times. I love the scent of it, but I've just never have gotten around to buying it. And when I was in store, someone sprayed and I was like, oh my god, like it's so good. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy it. And this is just so, oh, so good. It's sweet, but it has like a bit of a spicy scent to it. I'm terrible at describing scent, so I'm not even gonna really try. But yeah, I really love this. And then when I was making one of my many trips to Shoppers, I had passed the new, or I think it's the new Ariana Grande Cloud perfume. It was out on display, so I passed by it and I, you know, had to spray it and just see what it smelled like. And I just like fell in love. Like it was so good. I didn't buy it because I had spent way too much money at this point. I was like, okay, like I gotta stop. I'm not gonna spend $60 on a perfume right now. So a couple days passed and I literally could not get it out of my head. Like I kept thinking about it like all the time, and the scent, and I loved it. I had to go back to Shoppers to return something, and I made my way over to the perfume and I bought it. So yeah, there's the outer packaging, super pretty. This is the packaging of the bottle. It comes in this like little cloud thing, and then the actual bottle can come out of it. So yeah, cute. Like out of all of her packaging though, this one's not my favorite. It's so good. It's just a really nice, sweet, like candy kind of scent, and I love this. I love it so much. Lastly, I have a ColourPop package. So this is the inside of the box. It has been a hot minute since I've ordered from ColourPop. First thing I have here is their No Filter Concealer. I wanted to try this, so I thought I finally would. I got in the shade Fair 02, which is way too light for me. It's practically white on my skin. So yeah, I haven't really tried this enough yet to say how I feel about it. The main reason I ordered is because they had a deal on their like build your own palettes. And I think they were like 50% off, so I ended up getting one. This is the palette like packaging that I went for. I think they had like 2 different options for the big palettes. I thought this one was really cute. And then when you open it up, this is what my palette looks like. So I have a highlighter and a blush on this side, and then 16 eyeshadows. I used a few of them today on this look. I also am using this highlighter and blush today. Like the highlighter is so good. I really love it. I did just kind of put them all in the palette already just to kind of save time. But when you do order their single shadows, they do come in this little packaging, and then you kind of pop them into the palette yourself. So yeah, this is what I created. I really like it. I love ColourPop's formulas. Okay, you guys, that is everything that I have to show you today. Let me know when I'm doing these hauls if you prefer me talking more about each product, or if you just kind of want me to show you and move on, because I feel like it's a little bit more entertaining when I'm talking to you about things rather than just kind of like holding up being like, okay, I bought this, next. Let me know what you guys are wanting. If you like haul videos as much as I like filming them, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe before you leave. Thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I will see you in my next video.